Leaders from BC cities, towns, and First Nations are here with a clear focus. They want help from senior levels of government.
The message we're passing is that we are definitely stretched to the limit when it comes to the financial piece.
Municipal leaders here argue that property taxes simply don't go far enough to respond to things like unmet mental health challenges of people in their cities and towns and the resulting street disorder. At the same time, the province is asking cities to build vast amounts of new housing, while in cities and towns, their infrastructure is crumbling.
We're dealing with more social issues, we're dealing with more housing issues, we're dealing with natural disasters. The list goes on and on.
Princeton continues to recover from devastating flooding 3 years ago. It's trying to come up with $84 million from a tax base of 3,000 residents. The town's mayor says both senior governments need to step up. It's already been denied once from the federal government.
We were denied along with Merritt and Abbotsford. Right now, I would say our biggest challenge is getting those federal dollars into not only British Columbia, but into small towns like ours.
Municipal leaders here do acknowledge provincial help, but say they need more, specifically a cut of the provincial property transfer tax to subsidize affordable housing and respond to homelessness. They also want an additional $650 million in infrastructure funding, plus an annual percentage of the provincial carbon tax as it increases, all to support local climate action initiatives. It could be a tricky ask. For one, the provincial government is swimming in red ink. The deficit sitting at $9 billion this year. Help from the carbon tax is also in limbo, as current Premier David Eby says he would eliminate the 16-year-old tax if Ottawa got rid of laws requiring it. It's a promise John Rustad has made as well. Municipal leaders here say, though, the money must come from somewhere that's not local taxpayers.
But for us, it doesn't matter where the funding is going to come from. We are highlighting that we do need that, that financial help.
A coalition of Metro Vancouver mayors is asking voters to drive up transportation as a key provincial election issue. The mayors, along with several community partners, are launching a letter-writing campaign. It aims to push provincial leaders to come up with a detailed new funding model for TransLink. Our Chad Pawson joins us now to explain more on this. He's at the Union of B-C Municipalities conference. Chad, what's behind this campaign?
Yeah, so this is all the Metro mayors gathering here at UBCM today to say, listen, this ongoing problem, TransLink is not sustainably funded. Our funding is set to sort of run out by the end of next year, and we're going to be looking at a $600 million sort of annual deficit here. They want people to go through an online portal to send a letter to all the political leaders asking for a detailed plan of how a new funding model could sustainably fund TransLink into the future, and the stakes are high here with Brad West saying, there's possible cuts to TransLink, no buses after 8 p.m., or SkyTrain after 8 p.m., no buses in communities like Delta, Maple Ridge, and even like a 30% overall cut to SkyTrain. Brad West, who's the Mayor Council Chair and the Mayor of Port Coquitlam, says it's no joke.
This is not a bluff. This is not a ploy. This is not a bunch of BS designed to force the province to do something. This is reality.
So to that end, Chad, what are the party leaders saying?
Yeah, so we caught up with David Eby in Surrey today. Listen, he's calling his government a transit government, that they've been there for transit and they'll be there in the future. He pointed to the $1 billion they gave TransLink during the pandemic. Now, listen, that funding is set to dry up, but David Eby says commitments will continue. So here's what he had to say today.
We're going to keep doing that work. It'll be part of our platform. I'm looking forward to it. We can't afford to cut now. People are going to sit in traffic wondering, or they're going to sit on a street corner waiting for a bus that's not going to come if we cut transit funding right now.
So, Dan, Conservatives not saying much right now, nothing on their platform, their website so far about how they would deal with transit. I will talk about the BC Green Party. In the past, they've talked about sustainable funding, including mobility pricing, so charges for using roads in certain ways. So that could all be part of this.
Okay. Chad Pawson at the Union of B-C Municipalities Convention in Vancouver. Thanks, Chad.